Piper's heart shattered into 1,000 pieces as she stood in the pews of St. Mary's Cathedral, her family's stern gazes boring into her like daggers, the priest's voice booming with condemnation. "Homosexuality is a sin against God's design," he declared. And in that moment Alex, her secret girlfriend of 2 years, bolted from the seat beside her, disappearing into the crowd without a backward glance. Clutching the crumpled letter Alex had slipped into her hand just before fleeing, Piper unfolded it later that night, the words blurring through tears. "I can't do this anymore, your family's right, we're damned." The revelation hit Piper like a freight train, propelling her back to the day they met at a bustling coffee shop in downtown Chicago. She had been nursing a latte, buried in her laptop, drafting another grant proposal for her nonprofit work aiding LGBTQ youth, when Alex slid into the opposite chair, her smile as bold as her pixie cut. "Mind if I join? This place is packed, and you look like you could use some company that's not a screen." Their conversation flowed effortlessly, from shared frustrations with corporate jobs, Piper in social services, Alex in marketing, to deeper confessions about feeling out of place in their conservative upbringings. By the end of that afternoon, Piper felt a spark she hadn't known she craved, a connection that made her question everything she'd suppressed. But now, alone in her small apartment overlooking the windy streets, Piper replayed the church scene in her mind, the weight of her family's expectations crushing her. Her parents, devout Catholics from a tight-knit suburb, had always pushed the narrative of a perfect life. Marriage to a nice man, kids, the white picket fence. Coming out to them last month had been her act of defiance, but inviting Alex to the family service was supposed to bridge the gap, show them love in its truest form. Instead, it backfired spectacularly. How could she just leave? Piper whispered to the empty room, her inner voice screaming accusations. Was I too naive? Did I push her into this spotlight before she was ready? The letter burned in her hands. Alex wrote of her own fears, the sermons from her childhood echoing in her ears, making her doubt their future. "Your family's love is conditional on you fitting their mold," it read. "And mine would disown me too. I need time to figure out if this is worth the pain." The next morning, Piper dragged herself to work, the nonprofit's office a haven of rainbow flags and supportive colleagues. But even there, the whispers of her own turmoil gnawed at her. She confided in her best friend Mia, over lunch in the break room. "She vanished, Mia. Just poof gone. And this letter, it's like she's blaming me for everything." Mia, ever the pragmatic one, leaned in. "Piper, love isn't supposed to be this hard. Maybe she's internalized all that hate. But you? You fought for kids like us every day. Don't let this break you." Yet Piper's mind raced with doubts. What if Alex was right? What if pursuing this relationship meant losing her family forever? Her parents had already threatened to cut ties if she didn't seek help from the church's conversion therapy group, a thought that made her stomach churn. As days blurred into a week, Piper's phone remained silent, no calls or texts from Alex. She threw herself into work, organizing a rally against anti-LGBTQ legislation brewing in the state Senate. Standing on the steps of the Capitol, microphone in hand, she channeled her pain into passion. "We deserve love without fear," she shouted to the crowd, her voice steady despite the storm inside. But inwardly, she questioned her own resolve. Am I strong enough to fight for us if she's not? The rally ended with cheers, but Piper felt hollow, the letter's words haunting her. "I love you, but is love enough against the world?" Desperation led her to Alex's apartment that evening, pounding on the door until a neighbor peeked out. "She's gone, hon, packed up and left 2 days ago. Said something about going back home to sort things out." Home for Alex meant a small town in Indiana, where her evangelical family ruled with iron fists. Piper's heart sank. Alex had chosen safety over them. Driving back, tears streaming, Piper's thoughts spiraled. "I've given up so much already. Friends who ghosted me after coming out. Promotions passed over because of whispers about my lifestyle. Is this the price?" The betrayal stung deeper than rejection. It was abandonment when she needed Alex most. Ended there, but the ache persisted. Piper's family dinner that weekend amplified the conflict. Her mother, with her perfectly coiffed hair and pearl necklace, set the table as if nothing had changed. "We're praying for you, dear. Father Michael says there's hope if you repent." Her father's gruff voice added, We raised you better than this confusion. Piper sat silently, fork pushing food around her plate, her mind screaming. How can they call it confusion when it feels so right? But speaking up meant war, and she wasn't ready to lose them entirely. I need time, she muttered, excusing herself early. Back home, a surprise package arrived. An old journal from Alex mailed with no return address. Flipping through, Piper found entries from their early days. Met Piper today. She's everything I didn't know I needed. Brave, kind, unapologetic. Tears fell as she read on. Alex's handwriting revealing her own battles. My parents would kill me if they knew. But with her I feel free. Why send this now? Piper wondered. Is it a goodbye or a plea? The journal ended with a recent note. Church broke me. I ran because I couldn't face losing you to their hate. Forgive me. The discovery ignited a fire in Piper. She couldn't let fear win. Calling Mia, she plotted. I have to find her. This isn't over. Mia warned. It could end badly. What if she's chosen them over you? But Piper's determination overrode doubt. I've sacrificed enough hiding. Now I'll fight for what's real. Packing a bag, she headed to Indiana, the drive a blur of introspection. What if confronting her family destroys us both? The road ahead loomed with uncertainty, but turning back wasn't an option. Arriving in the quaint town, Piper parked outside Alex's childhood home, a modest ranch-style house with a cross on the door. Heart pounding, she knocked. Alex's mother answered, eyes narrowing. Who are you? Piper swallowed. A friend of Alex's. Is she here? The woman hesitated, then called inside. Alex appeared, pale and drawn, shock etching her face. Piper? What are you doing here? They stepped onto the porch, away from prying ears. You left me, Piper accused, voice trembling. At church of all places. And that letter, it gutted me. Alex's eyes filled with tears. I panicked. Hearing the priest, seeing your family's disgust, it brought back everything. My dad threatened to kick me out if I didn't straighten up. I thought running would protect us both. Piper's anger softened into hurt. Protect? You abandoned me. We were supposed to face this together. The conversation stretched into the night, hidden in Alex's car down the street. Alex confessed her inner turmoil. I've been lying to myself for years, pretending I could change. But loving you? It's the only truth I know. Yet the cost, losing my family, my job if word gets out, it's terrifying. Piper nodded, sharing her own fears. My parents want me in therapy. Society labels us sinners. But is hiding who we are worth the emptiness? They held hands, the touch electric yet fraught with tension. As dawn broke, Alex's father discovered them, his rage explosive. Get out! You're corrupting my daughter. He dragged Alex inside, slamming the door. Piper stood frozen, the rejection echoing her own family's words. Driving away, she pondered the maw of prejudice. How many lives does it ruin? The incident forced a choice, persist or retreat. Concluded with Piper checking into a nearby motel, mind racing. She texted Mia. Found her, but it's worse than I thought. Mia replied. Be careful. Love shouldn't demand martyrdom. But Piper couldn't abandon Alex now. The next day she returned, slipping a note under the door. Meet me at the old park. We need to talk. Alex showed up, furtive and anxious. Dad's watching me like a hawk. He thinks you're the devil incarnate. They walked the leaf-strewn paths, delving deeper into their psyches. Piper admitted. I came out to my family for us, but now I wonder if it was selfish. Did I drag you into my battle? Alex shook her head. No, I chose you. But the pressure, it's like drowning. Society says we're wrong, and part of me believes it. Their discussion unearthed buried traumas. Alex recounted childhood church camps where pray the gay away was doctrine, leaving scars of self-loathing. Piper shared her own story. A high school crush on a girl crushed by rumors, leading to isolation. We've both paid dearly, Piper said. But giving up means they win. Alex wavered. What if we elope? Start fresh somewhere accepting. The idea tempted, but Piper saw the flaw. Running again? We'd carry the guilt forever. Tension mounted when Alex's brother spotted them, reporting back. That evening, Alex's phone blew up with furious messages. "They're cutting me off," she cried to Piper over a hurried call. "No inheritance, no contact." Piper's heart ached. "Is this the price of authenticity?" she urged. "Come with me. We'll build our own family." But Alex hesitated, torn between love and blood. The standoff peaked at a family intervention Alex's parents orchestrated, inviting Piper unwittingly. Walking in, Piper faced a circle of judgment. Parents, siblings, even a pastor. "This lifestyle is destructive," the pastor intoned. Alex sat silent, eyes downcast. Piper defended. "Love isn't destructive, hate is." But Alex's whisper shattered her. "Maybe they're right. I need to try fixing this." Betrayed again, Piper stormed out, driving back to Chicago in a haze of pain. How could she fold so easily? The drive was a torrent of inner monologue. "I've fought for others' rights, but for my own happiness I'm powerless." Arriving home, she collapsed, the weight of loss crushing. Yet a voicemail from Alex awaited. "I couldn't do it. I told them everything. That I love you and I'm leaving." Hope flickered, but with it, dread. What now? Opened with Piper rushing to meet Alex at a neutral diner midway between towns. Alex arrived disheveled, suitcase in hand. "I did it. I chose us." They embraced, but the victory felt pyrrhic. Alex's eyes held shadows. "They called me abomination. Disowned me on the spot." Piper soothed. "We'll heal together." But inwardly she questioned. Have I cost her everything? Settling back in Chicago, they navigated the fallout. Piper's family learned of the drama through gossip, her mother calling in tears. "You're tearing families apart. Come home, let us help you." Piper refused. "This is who I am. Accept it or not." The call ended in silence, amplifying her guilt. Am I the villain here, forcing divides? Society's backlash hit hard. At work, a donor pulled funding after hearing rumors, citing moral concerns. Piper's boss sympathized but warned. "We have to be careful." Alex struggled job hunting, her resume gaps from the upheaval raising flags. Nights were filled with tense talks. Was it worth it? Alex asked once, voice cracking. Piper held her. Yes, because we're free. But doubt lingered. A turning point came at a support group for LGBTQ couples. Hearing stories of similar struggles, they found solidarity. One woman shared, "I lost my parents, but gained a life without lies." Inspired, Alex started therapy, unpacking years of internalized homophobia. Piper joined, confronting her own savior complex. Why do I push so hard? Is it love or control? But mending was slow. A heated argument erupted when Piper suggested going public on social media. It's advocacy, she insisted. Alex recoiled. I'm not ready for more hate. The fight exposed cracks. Piper's activism clashed with Alex's caution. You're using our story, Alex accused. Piper retorted. And you're hiding again. They slept apart, the silence deafening. Reconciliation came through vulnerability. Alex admitted. I'm scared of losing you too. Piper confessed. I fear I'm not enough without the fight. They recommitted, but external pressures mounted. Piper's sister leaked family secrets to a conservative blog, painting Piper as a homewrecker. Comments flooded. Disgusting sinners. The online vitriol triggered Alex's anxiety, leading to a panic attack. In the ER, holding Alex's hand, Piper realized the toll. We've traded one cage for another. Discharged, they vowed change. Low-key life, focusing on each other. But fate intervened. A job offer for Alex in San Francisco, a progressive haven. It's a fresh start, she said. Piper hesitated. It meant leaving her nonprofit, her city. The decision loomed. Stay rooted or leap? You're irreplaceable, Mia said. But Piper thought, am I replacing my dreams for hers? En route to California, doubts surfaced. What if this doesn't fix us? She voiced. Alex squeezed her hand. Nothing fixes everything. We choose daily. San Francisco welcomed them with open arms, pride flags waving, communities thriving. Alex flourished in her new role, confidence blooming. Piper freelanced, consulting on LGBTQ initiatives remotely. Yet isolation crept in. Missing Chicago's grit. Piper's calls home went unanswered, her family's silence a constant wound. Why won't they bend? A surprise visit from Mia brought perspective. You've both paid dearly, she observed. But look at you surviving. Over wine, Alex shared her growth. Therapy helped me see. Their rejection is their loss. Piper nodded, but inwardly wrestled. Have I truly forgiven the betrayal at church? Drama resurfaced when Alex's ex, a straight-passing friend from college, reached out. Jealousy flared as they reconnected platonically. She's just a friend, Alex assured. But Piper's insecurities boiled over in a confrontation. You ran once, will you again? Alex snapped. That was fear, not doubt in us. The argument unearthed deeper issues. Trust fractured by past abandonments. Healing required brutal honesty. In couples counseling, they dissected the church incident. Alex admitted, I betrayed you to save myself. Piper confessed, I pushed you into visibility too soon. The sessions fostered empathy, but not without pain. Every choice has a cost, the therapist noted. They emerged stronger, yet scarred. Social acceptance in SF contrasted their origins, highlighting inequities. At a gala, Piper spoke on panel about rural LGBTQ struggles. Not everyone has a safe haven, she said, voice thick with emotion. Alex beamed proudly, but later confided, I miss my family, even their flaws. The admission sparked Piper's outreach. An anonymous letter to Alex's parents, pleading understanding. No response came, deepening the ache. As months passed, their life stabilized, routines, friends, quiet joys. But a call shattered peace. Piper's father hospitalized, heart attack. Rushing back, she faced her family. He's asking for you, her mother said coldly. In the hospital, her dad whispered, I was wrong. Don't let hate win. Tears flowed. A crack in the wall. Alex joined, standing firm. We're together, she declared. The family tensed, but her dad's nod shifted dynamics. Recovery brought tentative talks, prejudices challenged. Yet full acceptance eluded. Back in SF, Piper and Alex built anew, advocating subtly. Piper's nonprofit branch opened locally. Alex mentored queer youth. Scars remained, but growth prevailed. We've lost much, Piper mused, but gained ourselves. Yet questions lingered. In quiet moments, Piper pondered the ethics. Did forcing confrontations cause needless pain? Alex wondered if compromise with families was possible without self-erasure. Their story, fraught with betrayals and awakenings, begged the query. In the face of societal and familial prejudice, is uncompromising authenticity always the righteous path? Or does it sometimes demand too high a price from those we love?